There have been so many magnificent stories from the Dakar today. It's hard to choose which one to start with. We're going to go with the car class because I haven't talked about that first for a while now. But we'll go through the cars and we'll go through the bikes, and then we'll talk about the final couple of tests for Dakar 2025. And we'll start off with the Ultimates. It's been 10 years since Nani Roma picked up a stage win. Last, the 2014 champion has had a lot since then. He's driven for multiple different manufacturers. He had to take sabbatical as he was diagnosed with cancer. But he's beaten that, and he's got his first stage win in a decade. M Sport Ford's first Dakar win. It's a magnificent feat, and it comes the day after Dacia pick up their first stage win with Nasser Al-Attiyah as well. It's just wonderful stories for the Catalan. The podium was rounded out by Moraes and Baraguanov in a Toyota Hilux and one of the Centuries. But even more interestingly, in fourth place was Schroeder in the PS Laser Racing VW Amarok. The highest placed Dacia was Gutierrez in sixth place. Nasser Al-Attiyah lost a lot of time due to navigational errors, 21 minutes and 30 seconds on the day, just behind the Coronel brothers. But it wasn't just him that struggled. Matthias Ekstrom was 25th, only 3 minutes faster than Al-Attiyah. Al-Raji was 27th, another half minute behind Ekstrom. The highest up of the leading challengers was Henk Lattigan, 11th. Still nearly 10 minutes off the win, but given that the special was 120k's today, there's not that much time for the big gaps to form. Roma beat Mirage by 18 seconds, Baraguanov by 2 minutes 21. But overall, this means that the lead has gone back to Lattigan. 2 minutes 27 ahead of Yazid Al-Raji. Matthias Ekstrom is 26.46 back. Nasser Al-Attiyah just outside of that 30-minute mark. Top 5 rounded out by Mitch Guthrie, who's in a bit of a no-man's land. He's 7 minutes clear of Serradori in 6th, but 24 minutes behind Al-Attiyah in 4th. In the challenges, and Akil took the win today. She becomes the first woman from Saudi Arabia to pick up a scratch from the Dakar. Navarro was 2nd, 3 minutes 4 back. Guerrero in 3rd place, 5.48 back. Cavalasio's 7.46 back. But Cavalacio still holds on to the lead over Guerrero by 26 minutes exactly. Navarro is in 3rd, an hour 42 and 53 seconds off the lead. In the SSVs, and it was all Can-Am on the podium today, Chaleco Lopez taking another scratch, ahead of Gonzalez Ferrioli by 25 seconds. Sarah Price rounding out the podium 1 minute 25 off of the stage win, meaning it was, an all Can-Am podium, but it was all SLR in the next 3 places. Hager ahead of De Soltroit, ahead of Vaisade. And what that means overall is Hager still leads over De Soltroit. The gap is now 1 hour, 49 minutes and 53 seconds. Chaleco Lopez is comfortably in 3rd, even more so after today. 2 hours 7 off of the lead, but an hour 17 ahead of Pinto in 4th place. In the trucks, and it was another scratch for Leprai, ahead of Mitchell van den Brink by 48 seconds. Van den Brink has been saying he's going to use the opportunities now in the last couple of days just to tail Leprai home. Maciek was in 3rd place, 2.23 off of the win. And then it was Soltis and Sugawara rounding out the top 5. But overall, Maciek leads by 2 hours, 22 minutes and 7 seconds. The gap for 2nd and 3rd is down to 4 minutes and 8 seconds with, about 330 kilometres left to go. In the bikes and in RallyGP, it was all kinds of different strategies coming on with starting order and starting times, and who was going to cross the line first. Gonçalves took the scratch for Serco, another Serco win on this edition of the Dakar, ahead of Svitko by 3 minutes 50 seconds. It's great to see Svitko so high up in the standings. Skylar Howes, the leading front runner on the special, 4.39 off the win. Sanders in 4th, Brybeck in 5th place. You do feel for Santolino, though, in the other remaining Sherco, who had to push the bike across the line and finished over an hour off of Nacho Conejo in 10th place. An hour 10 off of the win. But overall, Sanders still leads. It's 16:31 over Sharena, and Van Beveren is still in third place, 22:24 off the lead. And this is an amazing story from the Dakar. Not only did we have a Rally 2 bike take the overall today, but it's the first bike win for South Africa in 20 plus years. Doherty took a scratch today, not only in Rally 2, but also overall. Ahead of Tobias Ebster by 2:21, Canet by 5:34. And overall, Canet still leads by 34:52 over Ebster, an hour 23 over de Montier. But it's so impressive. Like, Gonçalves was a minute 20 slower than Doherty, Ebster 2:21. You look at that, and 3 of the top 5 are Rally 2. 4 of the top 7. Heck, there are only 3 bikes in the top 10 that are RallyGP. Now, part of the reason why we're seeing wild times in the Dakar for these last couple of days is because of starting order. Your finishing position on the previous special dictates your starting order for that day's test. And what that means is people will intentionally slow near the end. That is because then they can start behind their rival. So, for example, if your rival in the standings is 10 minutes behind you, you're okay with losing about a minute on the special. But why is that? Because the next day you'll start behind them. You'll be able to follow them literally everywhere. You might lose a handful of seconds. The day after that, you could do that again. And as a result, what could have been a change of position in the final 2 days is only going to be a little bit of time instead. Maybe a couple of minutes. And given that the next test at 308 kilometers is the last proper test, the final one is 61 k's, you can kind of see why runners, riders, drivers are going to take that risk. Why they're going to play that game. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and joining. If you've got to the end and you know why there were flags on the tops of the cars today, please do let me know, because I didn't really understand it. I hope to see you tomorrow for the recap and report from Stage 11, and then on Friday for the finale when I get ready for a full review on Saturday. Thank you, folks. Until next time, it's bye-bye for now.